Hello everyone, I'm Brian and today I'm going to be reacting to How to Stop Overthinking Sadhguru. So, hope I said his name correctly. So, like I've said before many times on this channel, I overthink a lot. I don't think necessarily in an unhealthy way. I just, whenever a question comes up, whenever I see a problem, I try to think of all possible errors or problems there are and to narrow down what potentially is the best answer. So that's what I think when I say overthinking things. So I don't know if I'll ever stop overthinking things, but let's see what he has to say about it. I do believe you should think of all possible problems. That way you're ready to handle it should it ever arise. But I don't know if there's other things over. I guess there are other things like maybe relationship issues and all that, but that's a little bit different. That's not. I don't think I overthink those things, but so far all my overthinking is based on problems.
People have no energy because mental diarrhea. You eat bad food and then try to stop diarrhea, it's not going to work. This much you do. Tonight before you go to bed, keep it down and go to bed. In a little while,
Keep what
if
down?
you simply sit here, things around you will reverberate.
Have to stop overthinking. Okay. Yeah, you keep eating bad food, you will keep having diarrhea, but then at the same time, eventually I think your body may get used to it. Depends on how bad the food is. Can I experience intensity and bliss that you speak about without practicing Shambhavi, Mahamudra, and other such mudras? I don't know if I said it right, let me know. I want to try to pronounce these things correctly.
Is it possible to do it without using specific mudras, whatever?
Mudras.
Yes. These are all small help, little assistance. You don't see a Shiva or a Krishna holding mudra and sitting like this, simply intense. Nor will you ever see me sitting like this. No.
I guess those are times when you really need to meditate about something. You don't always use it for the little things, but when it's something serious, more than likely, he's probably going to say this, when it's really serious, you do need to really meditate on it.
You will not see me practicing Shambhavi or this or that. If I just close my eyes for 20 seconds, I'm done. I'm ready for the day.
Dang, 20 seconds.
So, this is all good help. But is it the only way to do it? No. You can simply sit. If you learn to simply sit, you will become tremendously intense. Right now, your energy is simply expended by doing unnecessary, endless activity. When you have so much mental diarrhea, how can you have energy?
I think I have mental diarrhea all the time.
Suppose you have diarrhea, do you see how weak you feel? Yes or no?
I will say though, after diarrhea, you feel pretty good. You feel relieved.
Right now this mental diarrhea, that's why people have no energy. They want to just eat and sleep all the time because mental diarrhea, it's very exhausting. If you have physical diarrhea, you know how exhausting it is.
Oh yeah.
Yes?
But relieving at the end though.
This is also equally exhausting. People are sleeping 8 hours, 10 hours a day, not because they're working so much or their body is in such a bad state, it's just mental diarrhea. If you stop the mental diarrhea, there's enough energy to make this very, very intense. Now, how do I stop mental diarrhea? If you have diarrhea, physical diarrhea, what is the first thing to do? Huh? What?
You can take Pepto-Bismol. Again, that's medicine. again, some medicine's okay, I would say. So Pepto-Bismol, it's not something serious like taking too much Tylenol or anything like that. But generally speaking, outside of medicine, you want to make sure you drink lots of water. If you eat, you make sure the food is clean. That's my answer to that. Lots of water you need it because when you have diarrhea, you have to your body's trying to get rid of it. And it's going to expel a lot of water. So drink lots of water, and make sure that next time you eat food, it's clean, it's cooked all the way too.
Yes, run to the toilet, I know that. I'm saying, as a corrective measure, what's the first thing you do?
I guess, run to the toilet, it would be the first thing you do.
No. As a corrective measure, what is the first thing you do? First thing is, stop eating.
Now, I don't know how many people is eating and then all of a sudden they have diarrhea. Now, mind you, it takes a while for your body to start doing diarrhea, because if you're eating and it happens, if it doesn't go down your digestive tract far enough, it will come back out the mouth. It'll be diarrhea in the opposite end, vomit. But if it gets far enough down your intestinal tract, it'll come out the other end instead. So I don't think you'll be eating at the time unless you just eat, and then a few hours later, you start eating again, and then it hits you. Then yes.
Right? Yes or no? But diarrhea means in some way we've eaten something that the body doesn't want. It's trying to throw it out. Yes? You've taken something inside which the body doesn't like. It wants to throw it out. First thing is, stay away from food for some time. You eat bad food and then try to stop diarrhea, it's not going to work. So similarly, bad food for the mind is just this. You have gotten identified with things that you are not. The moment you get identified with things that you are not, mental diarrhea is inevitable. It's bad
Get
food
over
for
diarrhea
the mind.
though.
Now it will run endlessly, do what you want. You do any damn meditation, you say Shiva, Rama, it's not going to stop.
The way I think about it, I'm not exactly sure what he's meaning there, but I can't really make an assumption either because I'm just not understanding it. But basically, if there's a problem or something, I always think things through. I think what's causing the problem, what can I do to fix it? If I can fix it, then I do it. If I can't fix it, then there's nothing I can do about it, so why think about it? I mean, I will still think like, okay, there's a problem, nothing I can do about it, I'm not going to overthink it, kind of deal.
It's not stopped, isn't it? Because bad food is being eaten every day, you're getting identified with more and more things.
See, the identify is what I'm not understanding. Identify with more things.
And you want to stop your mind? You do whatever kind of circus, it is not going to stop. If you disidentify with everything, if you understand what is you and what is not you, if you keep a little distance from that, mind will become still. If you want, you can use it, otherwise you can keep it.
So identifying, I guess is what he's using there, is if people identify who you are and it's not you, so basically people are lying about you, saying that you're this and that, and you're like, why are you saying this? Why are you telling me this? And your constant thing is like, why are people thinking this about me? What have I done? What have I done wrong? What do I need to do to correct this? But if you don't see yourself, you don't identify yourself as that, and someone's saying that, I guess that's what he's talking about, mental diarrhea, because someone else is identifying you as something that you're not.
Now my hand is there, if I want I can move it, otherwise I can keep it. This is a useful hand. Suppose it starts jumping like this.
You might want to go see a doctor if your hand starts moving.
You clearly know there is some kind of an ailment, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yes
Might
or no?
be dangerous too.
So if hand is jumping, you know it's an ailment. If mind is jumping, is it an ailment or no? Ah. The ailment has come because continuous wrong diet. You tell your mind that I am this, I am this, I am that, I am that. It's having diarrhea.
Just get over that word.
Giving it wrong food. If you clearly see what… even if you do not know what is me, at least you know what is not me, isn't it? This much you do.
I'm pausing just because I want to think about that. If you don't know what is you, but you know what is not you.
Tonight before you go to bed, sit on your bed and sit down and discount everything that is not you. This house in which you're living, is this me? No. This loving parent or mother, father, wife or husband or child, they're wonderful, but is this me? No. Now these nice clothes I'm wearing, is this me? No.
I will say, you are a little bit of everything, in a sense that how your father, your mother, your friends, your child, your wife, your husband perceives you is a little bit of truth of everything. What I believe is, I'm not sure if it's going here, but I mean, he brought up the mother, child, and all that, is that we have many faces. And I'm sure this is probably in Hindu somewhere, but this is how I kind of, throughout me growing up, I've learned that we have many faces. Basically, how we act with our parents is going to be different than how we act with our friends, and how we act with our best friends is going to be different how we act to our friends, and how we act in front of our friends or best friends or family to a stranger is going to be all completely different. It's all many different faces of us, meaning we have different personalities as we go, but they're all still true. And but yeah, they're all of those different identities of us is all of us, but unique to the individual that you show your face to. So again, like how you act with your best friend versus how you act to your mother or father, it's going to be different. Both are true, both are different, both are you.
Now my body, I like it, but is this me? No. Now I'm having so many thoughts, is this me? No. Now I'm having wonderful emotions, is this me? No.
Mental diarrhea.
Like this, everything that's not you, before you sleep, keep it down and go to bed.
Keep it down.
Tomorrow morning, you will wake up considerably more intense than today. Every day you do it. In a little while, if you simply sit here, things around you will reverberate. Really. I was in… a couple of years ago, I was in America and this is a very typically American question. This lady comes up to me and she's very angry. I've been doing this yoga for the last 35 years, nothing happened.
I will say, I guess, and again, before I hear the rest of his answer, I think most Americans… is it most Americans? I would say probably most Americans are impatient. We live in a culture that where if we want something, we can have it now. Even like YouTube and stuff like that, when we want to watch it, it's out now. We're becoming a little bit of an impatient country.
But you went and just sat on a rock and things happened to you. This is not fair.
Where is that?
Where is the damn rock?
Oh, dude. And there's another thing, is the fact that, again, with that same mentality that we want things now, is that we don't… I don't know how to describe it. He's basically saying, and I can't think of it, is that is because I think whenever what she was saying, that like, where's that rock so I can sit on there and get this all clarity and everything. No, it doesn't work that way. You have to it's internal. It doesn't matter where you're at, where you're sitting, or what you're doing. It's all internal, and you have to be able to organize that yourself. She
She
thinks that
thinks
it's
it's the
sitting on that
rock
rock.
which
Yeah,
did it.
exactly. Yeah, she thinks it's the rock, so she wants that quick solution.
The only sadhana that I did in my life is, right from my very early age, though I was very actively involved with everybody around me, I never identified myself with my parents or my siblings or my endless number of friends or the society or the religion or the country or anything around me. Never identified. Not that I was not involved, I was very involved, very active. Even today I'm very active and involved, but not identified.
I'm still a little bit confused on what he's meaning by identified. I'm saying a lot. I said a lot of things, which I assume what he meant, but I'm not too sure if I was on point or not. So let me know. I'm unless he finishes out in the last 2 minutes, I'm still a little bit lost in what he means by identified.
If you don't identify with anything, there is enough energy in this to become intense. See, I want you to understand, your life energy right now in this body, how many things it's doing here as you're sitting here? Hello, do you know? The complexity of
Like the hello
activity it is
word.
doing?
Sorry.
Every cell in the body, your liver, your kidney, your damn spleen, and all kinds of stupid things
I'm having
that
mental
we
diarrhea
cannot
right
even
now.
figure even today.
Trying to figure out
Yes?
what
Just
identity
see
is.
as you sit here, how many things this energy is doing. Obviously it must be intense to do all this. You are not able to experience it because of diarrhea. When you have diarrhea, that's how you feel, isn't it? Yes or no? So that's how it is. Stop the diarrhea. Stop eating bad food, diarrhea will stop. Once diarrhea stops, there's enough energy in this to sit here and reverberate in a very intense way.
Okay, so I'm still kind of lost in his meaning of identity. If you do, is it to not identify with anything, and then you stop having diarrhea? my I'm still a little bit lost. Something I definitely would have to watch this multiple times to have a better understanding of it. But help me out. Um, so mind you, belief and identity for me is that we identify things to categorize it, to have a better understanding of it. So, for example, if I say, give me my cell phone, you know this is my cell phone and you know exactly what to grab. If I were to say, give me that, you'd be like, what is that? You mean this? You mean this? You mean that? You mean that? You mean this or that one? You just going like, what do you mean? I don't know what you're trying to grab. So identity is, in my belief so far, is important so that we can understand things. And he's going, so I don't know, that's why I'm a little confused in his definition of identity, because if you don't identify with something, I'm a little bit like me, I can name you identities of myself so that you have a better understanding of who I am. So basically my beliefs, my what I like to do, how I dress, how often I shower. And just things that I do every day helps you identify me. So if the more things you know or identify from me, the more that you can pick me out of a crowd. It's like, okay, here's a list of things this person does. You're like, yep, that's what everything that Brian does, and that's Brian. And you're like, yep, that's correct, because you all these qualifiers are identifies of me. It's not I'm not the only person that will identify with that, but very specific parameters that would be was it not necessarily apply to everyone, but apply to very specific patterns that I do will identify me. So I do agree with a lot what he says, but I'm just a little confused on what he means by identity, and not and whether not having not identifying with things helps you or not. And reverberate, I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. Again, something I'll definitely have to watch this again to get a better understanding. But I do understand the fact that if you're overthinking things, if you're thinking about what people said about you, especially if they're lies, and you're like, why are they asking me this? I mean, I'm sorry, why do they say this about me? And you're sitting there worrying over it, worrying over it, worrying over it. You're really gonna be exhausted constantly thinking about this. So stop overthinking. I don't know if I'm gonna ever stop overthinking things. That's just how I work. I understand that, and I understand that I overthink things about the problems. I find out all potential, like if I have a problem I have to fix, when I fix it, I think about all potential issues that come with it, try to fix that or try to prevent that, and then once I've done everything I can, that's it. If there's a problem I cannot fix, it's nothing to do with me, or yeah, I can't fix it or has nothing to do with me, then I don't really overthink it. You constantly worrying about things that doesn't affect you or that you cannot fix can be a problem. You become so worried about things that you have no control over, basically. So I have a way of making this video last like double or triple the length, so I gotta stop now. Alright, so that's my thoughts about how to stop overthinking things. Love the dude. He's amazing. I really like. I would love this. I don't know what questions to ask him. If I were to ever see him, I would have to watch one of the seminars, and then based on that, start writing down questions like to get a better understanding what it means by this, this, and this. I hope that that is something that he does. But anyways, that's my reaction to how to stop overthinking, which I just did again. And if you like my content, please consider subscribing. Thumbs up, thumbs down below. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next vid.